Hello, hello, bonjour, merci, oui, oui. Trying to be a little French today. And today, this was a request from Ava. She wanted Eiffel Tower. So we're gonna get started. One thing you're gonna definitely need, for sure, is a ruler. So if you can go get one and come on back. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off on our center of our paper. Don't make this a dark line. You wanna make this kind of a light line because you're gonna be erasing half of it. So right down the center of your page, you want to draw a line, not all the way to the top and bottom, but you can get the gist of it. And at the very tippy top, we're gonna be doing this part up here. Of course, I did not make my line, I made my line crooked. How is this possible? It just happened. Okay, so we're gonna be making our topper. So you make a line across. If you want to use your ruler right there, you can. And it's gonna look like what does that look like? A little gumdrop? And then we have the topper on it. Okay, so down both sides of this line, we are going to, we're gonna start up here. We're gonna make this pretty close, and as it comes out, we're gonna make it farther away. So start up here, snug it up there, and then as you bring it down, go farther and farther and farther and farther out. Same thing on this side. So you're gonna start up at the top. It's gonna be snug and close. As you bring it down, come farther and farther and farther out till you get to the bottom. And at the bottom, we're gonna make the little base down here. So you're gonna want to take your ruler, just make a base where the bottom of this is going. So this is gonna be our base of the Eiffel Tower. We'll end up sharpening that in. Okay, so, oh man, the sun is coming out. Shooey. All right, so what you're gonna wanna do is we are gonna do the different sections. So right here, we've got one section. So you're gonna come, let's see, this, I'm just gonna draw it with my hand, this to this. From about here to the middle, it's about, let's see, is that about halfway? Here to here. And here to here. Yeah, it's about halfway. So from about here to here is about halfway. You want to do a line, make it go over a little bit. And then we have here to here. So that's about the middle. Then we're going to be making 2 more lines with our ruler. And these ones are not going to be as far out as this one was. So that one's going to be close. This one you want to bring in completely. The reason why is because this is going to come out. Okay. Now, you're gonna make a little ways down, and you're gonna make, this one's gonna come out. And then you're gonna do another one. Actually, let's make the very bottom one. So you wanna make this kind of thick, but you're not gonna make this go all the way out. So you can see, now you want to bring that in. Do you guys see how it's all boxed in there? So let's get rid of, you know what, we're gonna get rid of this from here down. Let's get rid of that center line. All right, we can fix that up. Good job. All right, that's all cleaned up now. Okay, so on this one, we have 2 more lines in between there. But we can erase in here too. We don't need these lines anymore. Same with here, we can erase those. Okay. Okay, so now we want to do 2 more lines. So one's gonna be right smack in the middle, and one's gonna be right above the middle. See that? Okay, so now we kind of have the general base of it. And now what I'm gonna show you it's about halfway, this is about halfway, a little more than half. Make a little mark there. And this is where they're gonna separate. And it's gonna come here, jump over this, come down, jump over this, and finish it off. Same with up here. So it's gonna start here, come down, jump over, down, jump over, and finish off, okay? So we have our Eiffel Tower. I made this a little wompy, but it's okay. Now, there's an archway that's gonna come right in here. So you're gonna find that middle and make the archway. I have some interesting fun facts. So the Eiffel Tower, it's an iconic tower. Everybody knows what the Eiffel Tower is. And it was built for the World Fair in 1889. It was for celebrating the French Revolution, which in 1889, that was 100 years later. So they're celebrating the French Revolution. Okay, so now what I want you guys to do is you are going to, just from here down, you're going to make a line down the center, just here down. So you're going to go right down the center and right down the center. And so here down, right down the center, right down the center. I've got an interesting fact for you. Guess what? Okay, use this ruler. I was proposed to by my husband on the Eiffel Tower. Now you're thinking, oh, that's so romantic. It actually was romantic, but we were very young and very poor. We were so poor that we went, my husband's from Holland. We went from, so we're gonna make some more lines here. From Holland, we took a bus in the middle of the night, because that's all we could afford, to Paris to get there really early in the morning. So we're gonna make 1, 2, 3 lines here. So 1, and we really did not have any money. And we were walking around Paris. We had so little money, we couldn't afford to take the elevator that goes to the top. So we walked the stairs, which was free, and we went to this level right here. And unbeknownst, 1, 2, 3, okay, 1, 2, oh, I didn't spread this out very well. Well, then I might make a few more. He had a engagement ring in his pocket. So I'm just gonna make one more here. And he, right up there, he proposed to me with the ring right here. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, that's my story. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna be making X marks the spot right through the center. So you're gonna start one side, go to the other side, and then you're gonna try to aim for this middle part. You see how I just aimed for that? So we went back probably 15 years later after that. We took all of our actually at that time we only had 3 kids, so about 10 years later, we took all of our kids back to Europe and we went to Paris. And 10 years later, we found out it only cost $10 to take the elevator to the top. We didn't even have $10. Oh my gosh, we went back and I just have to laugh because, yeah, we didn't even have $10 to go to the top. Pretty funny. But still married and doing good. Okay, so you're gonna do the same thing on this side. Do you see how we did that? So you just can go one side to the other. You're like, oh, I totally can do this. So let's see, oops, I didn't do a very good job there. Okay, it is the tallest structure in Paris, and it has 1,665 steps. There's also an elevator, if you can afford it, for $10. All right, but I do like to tell people that my husband proposed to me on the Eiffel Tower because it is quite romantic. So I'm making little lines going across here. Do the same thing on this next one too. If you look closely at the Eiffel Tower, it is actually quite elaborate. So this is just like a basic drawing, but if you went and looked up close, it's fancy, fancy. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do the X marks the spot right there in the middle. So we're gonna do one thing that is just simply gorgeous is that 200,000 lights twinkle at night, but they only twinkle for 5 minutes every hour on the hour. But it is sparkly beauty. There you go. So you're gonna go across and do the same thing on this side. Here and there. Okay, so you're like, well, what do we do here? We're gonna be making little squares in here. This is actually where the railing is. So this is where you can lean over, See below. Also, we look down below. You can see right in the center. It's because it's like a square. You can look right in the center. And somebody stomped out with their feet into the dirt below. It said jump, which we thought was so funny. Two ways to look at it. Like you can jump and not a good idea, or we're jumping into marriage. So I'm just putting a bunch of squares across here. So you want to do the same thing up here. This is another railing, so put in some squares. Good job. Okay, so up here, we can erase right here in that middle line. We don't need that right there. Okay, that's gone. And then you're gonna do the same thing up here. We're gonna be putting a bunch of lines across. These can go all the way across. So line across, you're gonna just go all the way up, making lines across. Super. Oui, oui. Oui means yes. And when I was a little kid, my older brother was in high school and he liked to impress the ladies, so he was in French club, and they would have meetings, and he is a very amazing chef and baker, even in high school. I know, kind of crazy. It was to impress the ladies, but he would make fancy French desserts like eclairs and things and bring them to the meetings, and all the girls loved him and it. Absolutely. Okay, so make our X's all the way up. And he even, during that time, because he was so into French, he bought a guinea pig and he named it Bouffant. And Bouffant means in French, I think it means fuzzy, or yeah, I think that's what it means. So we're just making X's all the way up and down. I do have an Eiffel Tower joke for you. Let me just finish this up. Lots of X's. Okay, and we're putting X's in between here too. And maybe a little one in there. I don't know if I can fit one in there. Okay, I also made some really fun clouds. So how I did this, first you're just gonna go through and you're just gonna make some big poofy clouds. Then I put in some swirls. You can put the swirls in wherever you want, making them go different directions, just for fun. So I'm gonna put a smaller one up here. Now you can put some swirls in. Super. We're gonna put another one down here. I might make this one peek over here. So I'm just gonna make a swirl here. Make one there you can't see. And I also did the same swirlies with the bushes. So I just made bushes coming in down here. And then I put swirls in here also. Super, super fun. Swirlies, oh, and make a line across here. All right, so how I did it took me a little while. So how I did the gradient, so this you're just gonna Sharpie. I just regular Sharpied it, and then I did the thicker outline. So that's just a regular Sharpie, and then I just outlined it again just to make it pop. And then how I made the gradient, as I started with yellow, you wanna go a little bit farther, then you go a little orange, a little farther, then you go red, a little farther, and then purple a little farther. Now you want to go different directions. So start by going one way, going the other way, and you guys can fill it in. Oh, I forgot the joke. So every 7 years, which I found out, a team of 25 painters sets out to repaint the whole structure, and it takes 18 months. And last but not least, the joke. What's the difference between a tick, that's a little bug, and the Eiffel Tower? None, because they're both parasites. All right, oui, oui, bonjour, bon appétit.